Growing up on a farm isn't an experience that many kids get to have, and it isn't an experience that I would trade for anything in the world. My grandpa and his dad purchased our family farm over 80 years ago. My uncles and my dad started working on the farm with my grandpa when they were 10 years old, driving tractors and helping in any way that they could. My cousins and my brother and myself did the same. Although, after a farming accident that took the life of my dad's middle brother, my grandpa, dad, and my other uncle became a lot more cautious of who was allowed to work machinery and do certain jobs. When my cousin graduated high school, he took over from my grandpa, who retired at 82 years old. The work ethic in my family is very strong. There is an unspoken rule that everyone seems to live by, that unless it is pouring rain outside or the streets are unable to be driven on in the winter, there is something that needs to be done and you better be doing it. Farmers are hardworking. They work from sun up to sundown without any complaint. They work in the blistering hot and extremely humid summers and in freezing cold winters, baling hay in the extreme heat of the day and hauling grain during the cold days in the winter. We're constantly praying for rain, but hoping it doesn't flood. That's one thing about living on a farm. You take for granted the weather, but when you depend on something to have security for your livelihood, it changes a lot of things. From living on a farm, I've been involved with 4-H, which is a youth education program that allows kids to do projects that have to do with agriculture. Through 4-H, I've been on the Fair Board for Butler County and gained lots of leadership experience from that, as well as being a part of the camp counseling program that we run through 4-H. Through both of those programs, I've made so many friends and created so many relationships with other adults and important figures in our community, and the government, and just people involved in agriculture. So it was really rewarding for me. I also know a lot about the food industry and where your food comes from. I have very strong opinions about the food industry because of it, and have massive amounts of respect for anyone who works in any area of it. 4-H and moving on a farm have been two of the greatest experiences of my life, and even though growing up on a farm wasn't technically an experience that I chose, I was born into it, I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I wish everyone could have some of the experiences that I have had.